Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Good 5 Cent Cigar Newscast. I'm Sadie Brandt. Thank you so much for joining us. This week we visit Tri-Force Gym, talk March Madness, and our very own newscast editor Morganne Judd takes us south by southwest. And of course, Charlie Adams will have all things Rhody athletics covered in this week's Rhody Sports Corner. For our top story, Tri-Force Training Center is a premier mixed martial arts facility in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, the state's largest MMA dojo. Stephen Russo got an inside look inside the gym. Here's Stephen.
Since opening up in 2007, Tri-Force MMA, located in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, has been Rhode Island's leading MMA gym, producing some of the toughest fighters and legit competitors. I spoke with fighters and coaches to figure out a little bit more about the business and how they operate and what the culture is at the gym. Tri-Force MMA offers an array of different classes across all aspects of martial arts. They offer both gi and no-gi jiu-jitsu, judo, boxing, and kickboxing. And new customers are able to start their training on a 7-day free trial to try it and see how it fits their life. I spoke to head coach Pete Jeffrey and a few of his students about the gym culture and how it impacts their life.
I think we make this gym special. I really try to form a good community of people here. Like, that's really the number one compliment you can give me.
Everyone here treats you like family. I mean, I got brothers and sisters here. I call everyone brother and sister always. It's just I feel more of a sibling competition. It's not more of like someone trying to better somebody else. You guys are both helping each other.
Honestly, this is like escape for me. This is this family here. I got close with a lot of guys. Deshaun, Saheed, got close with a lot of guys. So it's a mental escape for me.
Tri-Force offers a unique way to stay fit and healthy and is determined to build discipline and community for everyone who steps through their doors. Reporting for the Good 5 Cent Cigar, I'm Stephen Russo. Back to you.
Thanks, Stephen. This week in sports news, Gerard Villemenay surveyed students on their March Madness predictions. Here's Gerard.
Before spring break, University of Rhode Island students shared their thoughts about March Madness and the teams that they were rooting for in the tournament.
I'm gonna have to go Duke.
UConn, go Huskies.
I'd probably also say Duke. I'm personally rooting for Duke.
Arizona, Kentucky, and then the women's basketball, URI women's.
While picking their teams, students gave reasons as to why they supported them.
Personally, they're both like amazing teams in their conference. Arizona won. Oh, another team, Michigan. I don't know if they're going to play, but Michigan is also a great team. I feel like they just have top contenders. They have seniors, players who are ready to win, players who are ready to attack, and it's amazing.
So the reason why I'm supporting Duke, I believe they have the strongest foundation with the terms of each of their players on the court fill out their positions very well.
I picked Duke for their history, and then plus they have a good coach this year, and I think they have the best team.
The first ever college basketball game I watched was Kentucky versus Ole Miss, and from then I just fell in love with watching Kentucky. I think the first group of guys they had was De'Aaron Fox, Bam Adebayo, Malik Monk, and I've just been following Kentucky ever since.
Students also highlighted players who had a huge impact on their teams.
I would say Cam and Caden Boozer. I would say they both benefit off each other. More Caden benefits off Cam because Cam's a better player, so I would just say them two together.
I'm a big fan of Alex Caravan, been on the team for like 5 years now, and he's an absolute sniper. And Terrace Reed's a big guy down low. Gets a lot of boards, gets a lot of blocks.
I think right now Cam Boozer has had the most impact for Duke, for me personally, and I just think he's the one playing his role the most, and he's really taking, like, he's a freshman right now, so he's really going in there brand new, and he's already leading the team very far. So,
reporting from the University of Rhode Island, I'm Gerard Villemenay.
Thanks, Gerard. Over spring break, newscast editor Morganne Judd headed to Austin, Texas for the South by Southwest Film Festival. The festival brought together film, music, and innovation for a collaborative experience for all. Here's Morganne from Austin, Texas.
I currently landed in Austin, Texas, where this week we're checking out the South by Southwest Film Festival. Come with me to explore all the different venues, people, and sights to see.
South by Southwest dedicates itself to helping creative people achieve their goals. Founded in 1987 in Austin, Texas, South by Southwest is best known for its conferences and festivals that celebrate the convergence of film, music, and innovation. While at South by Southwest, pass holders can experience mentor sessions, interactive workshops, performances from music to comedy, and more. Now you may be curious, how am I getting around Austin, Texas to attend all these South by Southwest events? Well, I'm currently inside the back of a Waymo. A Waymo is an artificial intelligence self-driving car. I was able to attend world premiere screenings of the newest film to hit theaters. Some of these films included Crashland starring Finn Wolfhard and Ready or Not 2, Here I Come.
We're currently inside the Paramount Theater. As you can see behind me, we just saw Ready or Not 2. It's been a great experience so far. We're in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest.
Thanks, Morganne. Looking ahead, here's what's going on next week at URI. Bond will be hosting a Krispy Kreme donut fundraising sale on Thursday from 3 to 6 at the Multicultural Student Services Center. Hit the floor this Friday from 6 to 9 at Edwards Auditorium during the Cultures Without Borders dance performance. This event features an electrifying dance performance that mesmerizes the audience with sharp movement, powerful choreography, and a strong stage presence. And on Wednesday, Pink Women will be hosting a matcha bar. Head over to the Memorial Union Booth 1 from 11 to 3 to get your matcha. To learn more about upcoming events on campus, visit URI Involved at uriinvolved.uri.edu. With that, I'll hand it off to Charlie Adams with this week's Rhody Sports Corner.
Thanks, Sadie. Welcome back to the Rhody Sports Corner, your place for all the latest updates across URI athletics. I'm Charlie Adams. Women's basketball had its season come to a close on Saturday, falling 68-55 against Alabama in the first round of the team's first NCAA tournament appearance in 30 years. Thanks to an outpouring of support, the Cigar was able to make the trip to Louisville for March Madness. And Michael Petraske has the story from the KFC Yum Center.
The University of Rhode Island lost 68-55 to the University of Alabama in the school's second ever March Madness appearance. Fourth-year guard Brooklyn Gray scored the first points of the game with a three along the left wing. But back-to-back threes from third-year Essence Cody, who finished with 19 points, gave Alabama a lead they would never relinquish. Here's what Cody had to say about her three-point shooting performance.
Just continue to work. I've been working on threes my whole life, and I just keep developing my shot and just allowing the game just to come to me and just helping my teammates and them helping me, just encouraging each other.
Despite the Rams' desperate attempts at a comeback, the team shot just 32.8% from the floor and 26.1% from beyond the arc. Inez Dubras, the program's leader in games played and games won, finished tied for the team lead in points while shooting 3 for 6 from the field. Here's what she had to say about capping off her 4-year career at URI with a March Madness appearance.
I was putting here for a reason, God really put me here for a reason, and I'm just really fall in love to Rhode Island, and for me just staying 4 years was just a part of my journey and the process, and I believe that when you start something you need to finish it, and I think that was the goal for me, and with this coaching stuff. So just staying 4 years for me was just the goal to finish it and get where we were here today.
The loss ended up being the final game with head coach Tammy Reese at the helm, as it was announced on Monday that she would be stepping down and taking the head coaching job at the University of Florida. In a fitting end to her time in Rhody, Reese ended the press conference with her usual, but now bittersweet, closing phrase.
Appreciate it. All right. Listen, thank you, everybody. And the last one, go Rhody.
Very good. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
From Louisville, Kentucky, I'm Michael Petraske, Rhody Sports Corner.
Thanks, Michael. As for some other scores and results around campus this week. Men's track and field opened the outdoor season at the University of Central Florida for the Black and Gold Challenge. Rhode Island had 3 of the top 5 finishers in the long jump in the 28-person field, led by Matt Santee in second place. Women's track and field also began the outdoor season in Florida at the Black and Gold Challenge, as Rhode Island competed in 6 events on Friday with 3 top 10 finishes before the Rams competed in 9 events on Saturday with 5 top 10 finishes. Women's tennis wrapped up its spring trip to California on Friday against Dominican University, taking down the Division III opponent 4-0. Women's lacrosse continued conference play with a 12-8 loss to St. Bonaventure on Saturday. Softball spent the weekend in Texas, taking on Tarleton State in a pair of doubleheaders. The Rams took an 11-1 loss on Friday, followed by a 13-1 win. Rhode Island returned on Saturday with a 2-1 loss before falling 11-3 in the final game of the series. The team wrapped up its busy week on Wednesday with a doubleheader against Brown. Baseball picked up a hard-fought series win over George Mason over the weekend, winning 10-5 on Friday before losing 3-1 on Saturday. In Sunday's rubber match, the Rams came back down 6 runs with 2 outs in the 9th and nobody on base. Catcher Nick Toro hit the walk-off 3-run homer to secure the 10-9 win. The Rams kept their momentum on Tuesday with a 17-5 win over Quinnipiac before wrapping up the week at home on Wednesday against Bryant. March Madness is in full swing as we close in on the Sweet 16 of both the men's and women's tournaments. The Cigar sports staff and contributors have their picks ahead of the action for the first ever edition of Sparking Up. The only team everyone could agree on was UConn women's basketball advancing to the Elite Eight. Come back next week for our Final Four and eventual champion picks as March Madness wraps up. To keep up with the biggest sports stories around campus on the go, tune in to Cigar Sports Talk every Tuesday on Spotify. This week, we reacted to Tammy Reese stepping down as women's basketball head coach, talked about women's basketball's NCAA tournament appearance, and more. That's all for this week's edition of the Rhody Sports Corner. To stay updated with all things URI athletics, follow us on Instagram and X @_Cigar Sports. Back to you, Sadie.
Thanks, Charlie. That's all we have for you this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Follow us on Instagram @RhodyCigar and pick up our print paper anywhere on campus to stay up to date with all your Rhody news. You can also find us online at RhodyCigar.com. Until next time, I'm your host, Sadie Brandt. This is the Good 5 Cent Cigar Newscast, and as always, have a great week, Rhody.